Hello, and here we are looking at chapter 3 and really focusing on our storytelling framework. So, as a brief little recap, chapter 1, we have that setup about the organization, who the audience is, and what's the real objective of this project. And then we move into the objective, but why is it a challenge? What is it that needs to be done? And who is it that we're helping in that process? So we come up with all these questions as to the impact to the target audience and what's going to be changing. Then we move into the resolution. What is it that is a possibility? How can we benchmark to others to find out some comparisons and situations? And then we move into this chapter 3, this last section, trying out something and seeing what the outcome of that. From that outcome, making a decision and then putting an action in place. What is it that where the organization is going to be doing, and what's the expected outcome from that that will be sustainable and to be able to support what their overall goal is related to, in particular, digital communications, right? Our focus. So I wanted to continue on with the case that I'd started last week related to Dove & Owl, cozy camping vans. It's one that's close to my heart, and I feel like it's one that I can easily share the best with you. So I think I had mentioned that we created a website. And here's the website. In the process of creating the website, we had a couple of things we wanted to make sure that we were establishing. We wanted to make sure that the setup, the environment was accurate. So you notice that we have a picture of one of our vans, but we're also really making it clear, bed and breakfast on wheels, trying to provide ideas and opportunities for individuals who may not be doing a lot of camping or might not have been someone that would even consider camping because they think of camping as tent camping or being in a cabin. And this is a very different perspective. So we wanted to share that idea. We had some pictures here, some language, a little story giving an idea of what this could be like and where you might go. And one of the areas that we noticed is since we had 3 vans, we needed to be able to give some idea of when vans would be available, giving a persona kind of to each of the vans. So defining them and sharing about them a little differently so that it would be clear. Then we also recognize this need to share where they would take the van. So we have different areas and examples going to the sea, the mountain, farm, lighthouse, historical sites. And if you click on each one, it gives a little more of an explanation of what that might be looking like. And then we go into the reviews of what previous customers had said in renting the van, and then a little closing about who we are and what experience would be. One of the things that we found is that the website alone was not enough to get individuals to rent the van. And renting a van is a very complicated process because of the insurance, making sure that the van is properly taken care of. And so you notice that this was one of our areas of the climax. How can we get individuals to book? But they're not going to really be booking directly from us. They need to book from a third party. So our trial was, out of our different third-party groups that we use, is there one, an RV Easy, an RV Share, an Outdoorsy, RV Rentals, that would connect to our website so that someone could book from our website directly through the third party. And what we did end up finding is that we could make that connection. So this Book Now actually takes them to the Good Sam RV Rentals website. So notice here you'll see rvrentals.com, and there's a Dove & Owl. So they created a web page with our vans that they would be able to rent from this location. And this provided us with an opportunity so that they were not just looking at the information that we have on our website and trying to provide more ideas, but also they were able to book now. Now, the other piece in terms of that was the trial, and that definitely increased our bookings, which was helpful. But the other piece that we wanted to explore is how can we drive people to booking? Should it just be at the top and at the bottom of the landing page? And what we ended up finding is that we needed to have that booking available on a regular basis. So here we have the pictures of the different types of vans, and we have a book now every time. So it's never confusing. How can I go ahead and book? There's a book now in all places. In the locations, this is where, again, it comes to these different areas you can take it. And if you go to that page, it'll again have the book now. Even in the about, it gives, I have a little video here sharing about the video and giving more pictures, a little story about what we're offering. And again, always you'll end up seeing the book now. We also were able to bring in some of the comments that came through on Google page too. So now this is our web page. Well, how does this connect to Google? So as an owner, I'm able to sign into the business account. Now, honestly, we had a little bit of a challenge because since we live in a residential area, we weren't able to have the vans at the residential area. So just recently, Google reopened our account. So we don't have the 3 years worth of data here because we ended up moving the vans. But let me give you just a little sense. So here are the different areas of information. If we go to performance, it's only going to, because of our specific circumstances, we can only go back to March. But here we can look at the overall, what's happening with our website. We did not do any Google ads, but we can get some information of the value. Last week in the lecture that I provided, I gave you some of the ads that we did do through Facebook and gave you kind of a sense. But here we can see from the website's perspective, we're getting a large percentage are coming in on their mobile devices. So making sure that our website is mobile friendly is critical. And then also looking at what are those search keywords that are really bringing folks in. And interestingly, there's not a lot, it's kind of a range, right? Owl is one of the words that's coming in the search, which is a little quirky. So that becomes a little questionable, that maybe we're not using our search engine as well as what we could be using. Another piece that's interesting, though, is the bookings page. So notice here, we don't do bookings through our website. It's not connected. So that's why there would be nothing related to bookings on our website. It's going to a third party. But if we have the website clicks, now we can see, well, the number of clicks that are coming through at certain points of time. And we know historically that our business is cyclical. It becomes busier during those warmer months in New England. And then we actually have fewer connections as it gets cooler here, because our vans are really not meant to be used for skiing and such. It's really, right, our audience is more of that bed and breakfast, want to go and explore, be able to stay in a van. So what are the outcomes of this particular story? Well, one is that if we wanted to grow the business and have more individuals making decisions from our website, we'd need to be able to connect with our third-party group, Good Sam, and get some feedback from them on how many people are coming through this after they land here and then booking. The irony is that we don't actually have a lot of bookings that come through the Good Sam RV rentals. We have another third party called Outdoorsy and another one called RV Share that we tend to get most of our rentals. So one mechanism would be that we would maybe do an ad. If we wanted to increase the connections to this particular website, we can do an ad that would really focus individuals to come to this website to make that rental or booking arrangement or find more information out about that possibility. We do have from our main page the ability to get to our Facebook and our Instagram. And quite honestly, I have not been able to maintain our Facebook offerings. There's a lot that could be done here in order to grow. And so this would be another section that if I wanted to look at a whole nother project to grow engagement, Facebook engagement, right? A lot could be done. Same with Instagram. We could explore and figure out, what are other options that we could be doing in Instagram, and not even available right now, in order to expand awareness of the business offering that we have, other than providing pictures and images. I'm hoping that this is helpful as you're able to look at a specific organization and kind of see the dynamics of what's all happening. One of the areas that in the capstone that I think is so important is that you're really focusing on one key performance indicator and building out how that can make an impact and a sustainable impact. Also recognizing that you often are working with clients who are very busy. They have lots that they're doing, and they might not have a dedicated person for social media or for digital marketing, especially if it's a smaller organization or an entrepreneurial organization. In a larger organization, that's fantastic. So you have someone who's able to regularly go through and provide updates on a regular schedule and use a variety of tools in order to ensure that you have that regular connection for the social media, that you're checking the SEOs, that you're doing the analytics and seeing what's working and what's not, and the things that are working, keep those going. I hope, again, that this has been helpful as you are thinking about your final steps with your project and really looking at what is sustainable from the objective for your organization, from that key performance indicator and the trial that you did. What is the next action? And what is it that the organization can evaluate and continue to build from and make even greater opportunities in meeting their goals?